Let's see. Still alive. I wrote "Still Alive" because I guess stave it off. Just I was thinking of different songs I like, so I wrote "Still Alive," which is from Portal, and the next word I wrote down was Portal. And then I started thinking about Portal, so I wrote down the companion cube, and then I wrote fire, because at the end of the game, you basically get thrown into a fire, technically. But that's all because you thought there was going to be cake. The next word was cake, and then I wrote pie, because a friend of mine has a t-shirt that says, a phrase of his that he says is, "The cake is a lie, there is only pie." He might have a shirt like that, I don't know. And then I just wrote pie. I wrote that as best as I could. And I started listing different kinds of pie, like key lime and pumpkin. And then when I wrote pumpkin, I thought of this 5-second film I saw where, well, it's complicated. I'm not going to tell you about it. Maybe I'll put a link for it or something. And then I wrote down 5-second films, and then Life with Louie. It's another one of their videos. And then I started thinking the 5-second movies that the Nostalgia Critic did, like Lion King in 5 seconds. And then I wrote That Guy, as in that guy with the glasses. And then I thought of Ask That Guy. So I wrote down Fraggles and Doozers. He calls them Doovers, but they're actually Doozers. And that's like his first Ask That Guy. Those are from the first one. And then I thought, back to Pumpkin, I thought of Pumpkinhead's Revenge, which is a terrible, terrible movie, terrible, terrible game, that Spoonie reviewed. And he's related to that guy with the glasses as well. And then I put lol what. And then I put the lol what pair. Just because Pumpkinhead's Revenge, it's like, why would I even think of that? And then I put tomato. I don't know why I put tomato. I guess pear, tomato, whatever. And then the Killaroo. Because there's like, that's a Mighty Boosh thing. In the Killaroo episode, there's a guy eating tomatoes, and you think it's blood, but then you find out the guy's eating tomatoes. And I put facial hair. Why did I put facial hair after Killaroo? I don't know. I really don't know. And I put No Shave November. That's a pretty obvious, thing there. Which I did participate in. It wasn't that hard, though, unfortunately. And then No Shave November, or after that I wrote down 4chan and /B because I saw the No Shave November thing on there. And I put the smiley guy, he's a meme. And then I put When You See It. Oh gosh, When You See It. Yeah. I'll just... Yeah. And then I put horror movies, because horror movies are just terrible. Those are When You See It, right there. And then I put Freddy, Freddy and Jason, Freddy Krueger, and then Rorschach. I guess since Freddy's kind of like a bum, I thought of Rorschach, who's kind of a bum in Watchmen. And I put Watchmen next. And then, like last time, Watchmen made me think of Pingus. You know why. And then Dr. Eggman. And then Wily. Dr. Wily, I guess. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. They're both from video games. They're both doctors. They're both video game doctors. And then Mega Man, who Dr. Wily is from. And then another video game, Final Fantasy. And then I remembered that I've been playing the original Final Fantasy with 4 fighters. So I wrote down 4 fighters. And then Shark Punch. I guess I know why I put Shark Punch. Because I was like sailing, and I had to fight sharks, and so my fighters would punch the sharks. It was pretty cool. And then I put... And then when I put Shark Punch, I used the same thing to say, punch the keys for God's sakes! Which is from a movie. I can't remember what movie it is. But then the following, or the line, another line associated with that is, "You're the man now, dog." Those are both Sean Connery quotes. Oh, great guy. And then I thought of another Spoonie review of Samurai Zombie Nation, which is the thing from that ties into Sean Connery is Naked Zombie Sean Connery, who's like the final boss of the game. You'll have to check it out. I'll put a link or something. And then, thinking of zombies, I thought of Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. And then, again, I went with pills. Not doing that right. Let me try that again. Pills! That's the best I can do. And then I put Francis. And a Francis quote, nonetheless. "I hate stairs." Oh, and I guess Left 4 Dead made me think of a friend of mine who really likes Left 4 Dead. The next word is Yankees, because this particular friend likes the Yankees as well. Well, actually, in fact, I put Yankees win because they won the World Series this year. Whatever. And then I wrote, "Bring on the Brownies." I don't... Okay. And then I went to, somehow Bring on the Brownies made me think of cookies. So the next thing I wrote was, "Put that cookie down!" Which is an Arnold Schwarzenegger quote. Oh, and then, okay, this is gonna be complicated. The next thing I wrote down was, "She's not a puma!" That quote needs a video all of its own for the explanation of that. Yeah. And then I thought of the puma in Talladega Nights, so I wrote Ricky Bobby next. And then the Fruit Loops under the car, which I wasn't sure if they were Fruit Loops, so the next thing I wrote was Lucky Charms. And the thought just kind of ended there. So, yeah.